Hello Pisces, and welcome to your mid-month reading for February 2023. Spirit, let's see what's going on for Pisces. What is the what for the remainder of February? Also, to let you know, there is an extended reading. Yeah, we're going to dive deeper over on Patreon, so you might want to check that out. Check the description box below for that info. All right. First card up, we have the Tower. Then we have the Ace of Swords. And then we have the Hierophant. Well, that's quite a shake-up. We're shaking it up, starting out with the Tower. So, in the middle of February, you're sitting in this energy of the Tower, which is literally a shake-up. There is something big, upheaval, change, whatever that has happened, okay? And it's something that you're going to try and manage through the rest of the month. And I say that because as we go through the last couple weeks of February, your energy is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords, quite often it's a new start or a new beginning, but the Ace of Swords is also the Ace of Truth. Whatever this Tower thing is that happened, it is bringing some things to light and some truth is coming out. And this is what you're dealing with for the remainder of February. Where I see this headed is we're going towards the Hierophant, right? This is around structure. It is boundaries. It is institutions. It is rules and regulations, all of that kind of stuff. I think this Tower thing, this big upheaval and change, has uncovered some truths, brought some stuff to the surface, which now has called in the need to put some structures into place, okay? This doesn't necessarily have to be like doom and gloom and super bad. It's just like, oh my gosh, this happened. Okay, why? Oh, all right. Okay, we're going to have to do something about that so it doesn't happen again, right? It's that kind of energy that I'm feeling. So we're getting our Oracle cards now, which should give us even more detail as to what this is about. And we're going to go deep in the extended. So yeah, so that's over on Patreon. It is a paid subscription, but I only have one tier, super cheap. And you get access to like everything over there, all 12 signs, all the extendeds, yada, yada, yada. So who doesn't want that? And you know what else? If you are interested in the cards that I'm using today, any of the decks, I do reviews on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so that's in the description box below. You can always find me on YouTube, and I'm putting the link to the playlists for the reviews down there, both tarot and oracle. And if you really like the cards and don't even care about the review and want to buy them, I have Amazon links. Yeah, got it all going on in the description box. So I have links for the US and Canada. Just have to put out the disclaimer that if you do purchase anything using any of my links, I could earn commission. So just so you know, that is possible. And you know what? Great way to support me and my channel. So there you are. Public service announcement over. And let's get into these cards. I'm splitting them up. Okay. So we're going to look at this Tower card first. The two cards that came out is Enchanted Fern Grotto and its Refuge. And then we have Temptation. I want to read this. What does the Temptation card say? Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. And you know, unhealthy habits, addictions, temptations, that's Pisces. Sorry, honey. I'm a Pisces moon. Totally get it. This is saying this upheaval is around something like that. Something that probably isn't the best for you, that you've been indulging in, that you've been working with, that you've been playing in a sandbox you probably shouldn't be playing in. This is what this Tower moment is about. So the Enchanted Fern Grotto, so the Refuge card is like you got to go and hide and lick your wounds a little bit, is what I'm feeling like. Oh crap. Okay, so again, take this with a grain of salt. Like I'm throwing some drama in this just to pack a punch to the message, right? But let's see where this is going. So that's mid-February. So if you've already experienced that at the time you're watching this, you're going to understand what it's about. If not, it's just something to be aware of. And think about, you're going to know what it is. There's somewhat like, you know, you eat too many cookies, or you go to bingo too much, or whatever. You know, there's going to be something that's going to stand out to you and be like, oh shit, it's about that, right? You're going to know what this is. And if it is, at least you're aware that something could pop up, right? It's just a bit of a heads up. So under the Ace of Swords, we have Bison, which is abundance. And then we have imagination. So I'm liking this combination already, but let's read what's on the cards, okay? So on Bison, so the abundance card, it says, Sacred Buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. So whatever the shakeup is, remember you're okay. You're going to be fine, but you have to be grateful for what you have and where you are in life. You have to be okay with who you are and where you are. If you remember this, you're never going to experience lack. You're always going to have that abundance. Whatever you need is going to come to you. Probably what you want as well. So that's the reminder there. This is under the Sword of Truth, right? So remember, gratitude is a big thing, very much. And then under imagination, it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind, which is a beautiful thing. Once you have that abundance mindset, that gratitude with creativity, it's like, okay, let's get real with this Sword of Truth. Okay, the tower thing, it happened, whatever, it is what it is. Deal with it and moving on. The moving on part is getting real and going, okay, what can I do? You know, okay, so I've been spending too much money playing bingo or gambling. Well, I know that if I get creative, I can either come up with ways to, what's the word I'm looking for? Support that spending I want to do, or go, oh, you know what? Okay, well, put yourself on a strict budget. And if by the end of the week you have an extra $10 left over, okay, go ahead and play $10 of scratch tickets. I don't know. I'm making this up, but I think you understand what I'm saying, right? You can find a creative solution so that you may not have to give it up. You just have to control it. Do you see what I'm saying? So when we have vices, when we have addictions, even addictions, I'm going to say this, and a lot of people aren't going to like to hear this, but it is true because I've been there and I've seen people close to me there. Even when you have an addiction, sometimes you can control it. Not everybody can, I understand that. And you have to figure that out for yourself. But it is possible for some people. So that could be you as well. Now when we move on to the Hierophant, the card, so this is our structure, right? Needing some boundaries and all that stuff. The two cards that came out, the first one is Eclipse and Scorpio. It says regeneration. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. Hold your ground. Okay, things are going to get better. You know, the structure's there. You've got your budget, whatever it is. You're going to be fine, but it's going to feel kind of tough, like you're in the eye of the storm, looking around at all this stuff that's going on around you, and you're like, but I want to go there, but I want to do this, da, da, da. And you just have to stand firm. That's what the Hierophant speaks of. It's that structure and those boundaries, right? And then the other card that came out for it is Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love. So if you're feeling pulled in a direction that you know isn't the best for you, get that reminder, okay? Sit and say to yourself, okay, whatever it is that you love, let's say your gambling affects your family. Think about your family. Oh, I want to go play bingo. Stop and go, is this the best thing for my family? No. And then you don't go to bingo. Or if it's, no, but if I don't, I'm not going to be good for my family because I don't feel good and I can't be the best version of myself for them. You can't use it as an excuse to allow yourself to go to bingo. That's not what I'm saying. It's not an excuse to allow yourself to eat a bag of cookies every day. No, no. But in moderation, if you can control it, okay. And again, I'm talking about things like this because every individual is different. So I'm saying what's possible, and you have to figure out what is right and what works for you. Okay, disclaimer, because I'm not a professional and I don't know your situation. That's why I'm saying possible, but you're going to need to figure that out. Okay, let's do that. I touched that deck. Let's go with it. We're going to dive a little bit deeper. That guy wanted to fly right out. So interesting. Ooh, interesting. I got some cool cards here. And just tying into what we've already been looking at. Here we go. First card up, we have honesty. It says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth, right there. Right there on the board. We got that Ace of Swords, right? And this is the thing. You got to be brutally honest with yourself and maybe with others too, but definitely with yourself. And the second card that came out is believe in magic. It says, open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. This is saying don't let anyone make you feel less than, okay? That means, let's go back to gambling, okay? So you're a gambler and, you know, it affects your family, blah, 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 right? Don't let any, especially if you're like, at the end of the week, I got my $10, I'm going to go play bingo. Don't let anyone bully you about it. Like I said, like no one's allowed to say, oh, but you shouldn't be doing that and blah, blah, blah. Well, you can't control yourself, blah, blah, blah. Well, if they're right and you can't control yourself and you're going every day, okay. But if you're like, no, you know what? Look at what I was doing before and look how much I've cut back and look at what I'm doing now in a controlled environment. You should actually be proud of me that I can control myself and control my habit and the urges that I have, right? Because you are magical, my friend. You can pull miracles out of your butt, Pisces. So the last card is Electric Eel Spirit, and it says bring your ideas to life. What are we talking about with this imagination card and getting creative, right? So if someone's, you know, throwing shade, go, okay, you know, well, you don't like that? I'm going to come up with some other solutions. That's what I'm going to do. And then you're, okay, so challenge them and say, if I come up with a couple of good solutions, you pick one, we'll go with it. And then you do that. Get creative and go, okay, here's 5 different things I've thought of. What do you think of that, right? Throw it at them. I know that sounds really bitchy, but I don't care, right? So let's get you an advice card. I just gave you something right there, but seriously, like this is all about creativity and coming up with new ideas, right? So I think that's really important. And you know what? The thing is, using your imagination and getting creative and coming up with solutions can be fun, right? And when you really put the time and effort into it, I think you can surprise yourself about how good a job you do. So if you're going through that process, I want you to try and enjoy doing it too. Your advice card that came out is Be Spirit. Sweet results await. You got this. You've got this. You can do it, right? I'm not going to tell you how because that's up to you to figure out. But whatever is right for you and works for you, once you get there and put those boundaries and structures in place, I think you're going to be happy with how things flow. So there we go. Quite interesting. Yeah, it might be a little bit tough, but you may not have to give this up forever. And, you know, like I said, it's just control and moderation. Yeah, so easy to say, right? Easy in theory, not in application. But you do what's right for you. Test and see how it goes. I'm sure you will come up with a solution that makes you smile. So there we go. We're going to leave it there. And yeah, I'm going to dig into this more in the extended. So join me over there if you can. If not, and this is where we part, I am going to wish you much love and light, health and wellness, peace and prosperity until we meet again. Take care, Pisces. Bye.